All right, we took a break, y'all. We took a break, but we back. We took a break, but we back. All right, let's go. We took a break, but we back, baby. Let's do it. Come on now, let's go. We took a break, but we back. All right, we had to take a little hiatus real quick, but we back in the building. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's make sure everything is good. We took a break, but we back. Everything is good. We took a break, but we back. All right, everything looking good on the video. All right, y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Huh? It's been a minute, baby. It's been a minute. How y'all doing? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. Valentine's Day just passed. You know, if you celebrate it, you know, salute to that. If you don't, I respect it too. Y'all know what it is. All right, respect, 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 respect. We're here to talk about Deion Sanders and Karrueche Valentine's Tran. Deal they had. They had a couple conversations. We're gonna talk about that. Okay, we're gonna talk about that, and we're gonna talk about Andrew Berry. He did a recent interview, and it's gonna shock a couple people. You know what I'm saying? He gonna talk about what's needed for the next season, and you know some people they gonna be mad about it. They gonna be mad about it, man. They gonna be mad about it. Who that is? What up, Naya? What up, good Naya? What's good, bet you, baby? Naya, what's good with you? You know what I'm saying? We back, baby. We back. Just had to take a break real quick. Just had to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Now we back in the building. We gonna start knocking these videos out and all of that. We back in the building. All right, so buckle up. Yeah. You know, sometimes in life you gotta take a break, man. Sometimes in life you gotta take a break and you gotta take a deep breath and you just gotta go get away for a while. You know what I'm saying? But we back now. We back now, baby. We back now. That's all that matters. We are back in the building now. So you ain't gotta worry about it. We're gonna be here knocking them. Make sure you got your notifications on. We will be dropping uploads as well as going live as well. It's been a minute, but we back in the building. Alright? So, the first thing is Coach Prime. Okay, Coach Prime being looking for where you been. Glad you got some rest. Yeah, you know, sometimes you got, you know, everybody need to take a break sometime. Sometimes you gotta take a break. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta take a break. So yeah, and thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Aruka girl, what up, baby? How you doing? Usually I'll be at work. At this time, but you know, it's been cold outside, so they switched the days off a little bit. You know, usually I'll be at work at this time, but no, it is what it is. Let's go. Being looking, okay, yeah, let's get to it. Aruka girl, how you doing? Aruka girl, how you doing, baby? All right, so let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to the Coach Prime and Karrueche videos real quick. Then we're going to talk about it. All right, we're going to talk about it. So, let's go to Coach Prime video real quick. Let's go to some of these videos real quick, y'all. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We are back in the building. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. So let's go to some of these clips of the train conversations. All right. Hold on. What I do with it? Okay, here we go. Here goes some of the clips. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's get some of these clips. Here we go. All right. Here we go. All right, this is the video where y'all remember when Coach Prime went through. The that cancer scare. Remember that? Coach Prime is talking about that right there. They on the train, Valentine's Day. Let's talk about it. All right. All right. Here we go.
Wow, you telling it, huh? I am telling it. Tell him what, if you gonna tell it. No, you don't need to cut it. If you gonna tell it, tell it. Tell him what I told you. What's going on with that? Say that I don't, what did you say? I don't have to. I gave you your outfit. Sorry, excuse me. I said you didn't sign up for this. Like, this ain't what you signed up for. Like, you didn't sign up for me to go through this. Like, you need to, this is getting ready to be tough. So, I would not doubt you, I would not ridicule you, I would not be upset if you did. Like, if you check that's not the type of person that I am. Because I believed at the time that God brought us together for a reason. And if I would have dipped, I would have been screwed and taken the easy way out. It wasn't something I wasn't able to do. It was hard. It was difficult mentally to deal with.
All right? That's that first video. Now, to have somebody by your side when you're going through something like that is very special. But to be Coach Prime, to tell Karrueche, hey man, if you want to dip, you can dip, because you ain't signed up for this. When you decided to be with me, you didn't sign up for to be at the hospital all crying. You know what I'm saying? While I'm laid up in the hospital with all these tubes and doing surgery, you didn't sign up for this. Okay? So if you want to leave, you can leave. And I would not look at you any different. I would not talk about you. I would not ridicule you. I would not do any of that. I will understand if this is too much for you. You didn't sign up to watch me lay in the hospital bed, hopeless, and then walk around with the catheter and all of that. You didn't sign up for this. She said, oh no, it's on, baby. Hey, I'm here. I'm here. I just decided to be here. I chose to be here, and I'm not leaving your side, and that would have been the easy way out. She said if she would have took that out that Coach Prime gave her, hey man, you can leave if you want to, that would have been the easy way out, and she ain't built like that. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it, y'all. You have to respect it that she chose to stay there through the downtime, to the hard times. And that's what it's about. You know, it's easy, when things going good. Yeah, baby, everybody happy. But who's going to be around when you ain't got nobody? Who going to be around when it's hard outside? When the chips are down? When the chips are down, who going to be around? And she decided to stay around, bro. She decided to say, I'm going to stay right here. I'm not leaving your side. I decided to be with you. And if you got to go through something, we going to go through it together. You got to be, you just got to apply that. You got to apply somebody who decides to stick around when things get tough. We live in a society where people dip out on people all the time. When things get rough, they dipping out on you. They gone. They don't want no parts of that, right? Well, Karrueche decided to stick it out, and you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it. You gotta honor it. You gotta salute it. You gotta applaud it, because she could have just said, you know what, this is too much for me. I don't want to be part of this. I am getting the heck up out of here. But she decided to stick around. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let's go to the next. What's the next one? Oh, my bad. Hold on.
So he gave me the ability, the means to do bad things, and I got to get it. So I'm going to start the job. That's why you brought me into your life. That's why God brought you. That's one of the reasons. Enjoy the food. To help you. Enjoy the food. I didn't say that. To help you live life and experience new things. That's what I love to do. To travel and do different things. So, you know, meet me halfway. What else? Why else did God bring you? Because he knew that we needed each other. Wow. That's new. Especially at last year. He knew that we were able to tackle that together. And even though you told me, this man told me, you don't have to stay to believe, you don't have to deal with it.
All right. Right there is. Oh, no, my bad. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, that's about enjoying life. Okay, Coach Prime, after that cancer scare, he said it's time for him to start enjoying life. His kids told him to do that, and Karrueche has told him to do that. So now he's going to start enjoying life more. We're going to see Coach Prime taking more trips, going to more countries and all of that. He's going to start enjoying, because all he did was work, a little playtime here and there. But now he understands it is time to start enjoying life, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. Ruka Girl says she understands that his health issues are not going to get any easier. Going through that huge battle last year was definitely an early test of building their relationship. Yes, Ruka Girl, you're right. When you go through down times, it definitely builds the relationship. The bond gets stronger. When you fight through adversity, your bond gets stronger. When you are riding out a journey where the road is bumpy and you stick it out and now it's smoother, the bond gets stronger. Yes, it does. You know? And again, Coach Prime said you can get up out of here. You ain't got to deal with this. She said, no, I'm sticking around. I'm going to stay here. I will not leave you on that bed. I did not come into your life just for the happy times. I came here for the sad times. Huh? Am I preaching right now? Do you understand what a relationship is? See, it's a lot of people in this world only want to come around for the happy times. Only want to come around when everything is going good. But where you at when the chips are down? Where you at when the lights is out? When the lights is dim? Ain't no bright lights. Nobody cheering for you. Huh? The sickness. The sadness. The stress. Where you at? Karrueche said, I'm here for all of it. I'm here for the ups, the downs, the cries, the laughter, the splurging. You know, she says she's here for everything. And that's hard to come by. In this day and time, it's hard to find people who want to ride it out. Who want to ride it out. It's very hard to find people who want to stick around and try to fight it to the end. Oh, yeah. It's very hard to find those. So for her, who has her own brand, her own money, her own fame, said, oh, it's okay. When the chips are down and the lights is dim and it's very gloomy and it's very sad, I'm going to be there to help pick you up. I'm going to be there to help pick you up. Right along with your son, Bucky. Right along with Laura. Right along with everybody else who's going to help pick you up. I am your girlfriend. I am the one who's going to stick by your side. I'm not just here for to go out to Colorado and go over here for the trips and wear the good chinchilla and all that. No, I'm going to show you that I am here even when the things look bad, when the things do not look promising. I'm still going to be here for that too. And that is very hard to find in this world. Today is very hard to find. Naya says, beautiful. Ruka Girl says, Bucky definitely sees her commitment to his dad firsthand with good things to say about. Oh, yeah, Bucky always said, hey, she got Coach Prime losing his mind. She got Coach Prime going crazy. Yeah, Bucky is always going to. Bucky is one of them ones who say, Coach Prime losing his mind. She got Coach Prime going crazy. He said, I ain't never seen this. I ain't never seen my dad act like this. And sometimes it takes a while to find somebody to, like, you know what I'm saying, for you to just go. Because, you know, Coach Prime always tell you, I had 2 divorces. So it's kind of hard for Coach Prime to start opening up all the way. You can tell. It's kind of hard for Coach Prime to just open up all the way because of his 2 divorces, right? You can tell. But some reason Karrueche got your boy, got him wide open. Sometimes it be like that. It just take a certain person to come into your life for you to just finally say, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Let me just try it. I'm not saying he didn't give love to Tracy. I'm not saying he didn't give love to, you know, such and such. But you can tell he was reserved. You can tell Coach Prime was still reserved with Tracy and the other one. You can tell he was reserved. He still would give him love, but with Karrueche, it's like, hey man, and you know what? It was a female said, Tracy was there when he would have surgeries. She was. Tracy was there when he had to get surgeries. She was, but he still was reserved. Right? So it just take a certain person, and salute to Tracy. Tracy was there for a lot of the surgeries. We respect that. But it still take a certain person for you to finally try to let your guard down and say, what? I start living. Karrueche is the one where he said, you know what? After this scare, I really got to start living my life. My son's been telling me, Karrueche been telling me, you know what? Let me start doing that. And you can tell with Coach Prime at this time in his life, he's starting to feel free. He's starting to feel very free. And you need that significant other. You just need a significant other where you could just be free. And again, anybody before Karrueche, we salute them. But you can tell he's starting to be a little bit freer. He's starting to get freer. And hey, you can't be mad because Karrueche is happening on Karrueche time. You see the female in the chat room, she's upset. No, she don't deserve the praise. It's all Tracy. She was there for all of that. Again, we salute Tracy. We respect Tracy. We have love for Tracy. But everybody got to move on. Move on, man. We respect Tracy for being there for the other surgeries and stuff. We respect her for that. But it's a new chapter. A new day. A new chapter. All right? New day, new chapter. Karrueche is it. And you can tell sometimes you just need a fresh somebody to just bring it out of you. Sometimes you just need somebody else to come in and bring it out of you. And Karrueche looked like it might be it. And guess what? The kids love Karrueche. The kids love Karrueche. And Karrueche loved the kids. I'm not saying they didn't love Tracy. But when you have somebody around your age, it's just a little different, y'all. When you have somebody you can relate to. You know, Karrueche is around Bucky and them age. It's just a little different. So she can joke around with him. You know what I'm saying? She don't mind the stepmom jokes. She don't mind doing this because they around the same age. So she can relate to Bucky. She can relate to the other kids because she's not way up there. Right? So she can relate to all the kids. She can understand them because she's younger. She's in that age bracket. So it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta understand that sometimes it's going to be a different person to bring different things out of you. You know what I'm saying? Different people bring different things out of you. And the timing was perfect. They deserve the happiness. They deserve the happiness. They deserve this. Don't y'all want to see Coach Prime happy? Don't y'all want to see Karrueche happy? They both been going through relationship after relationship. They both get going through it. We all right? Now, I know it's some people in the comments is attacking Karrueche for whatever reason. Oh, he too old for you, girl. You don't deserve, it is what it is. People gonna say what they gonna say. They gonna say whatever they gonna say. People like me, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I hope this is the last stop for both of them. I hope this is the last stop for both of them. Because the older you get, the harder it is to try another relationship. Try another one. Look, I'm one of the people where it takes years to get a relationship again. It take me so long to get another relationship because I put too much in relationship for me to just another one. I can't do it, y'all. It takes me a long time to do it again because I put everything into a relationship. So I just can't bounce back. I can't bounce back. It's gonna take me a long time to do it again, right? And the older you get, you see the dating pool is hard because everybody mentality different in the dating pool. Everybody mentality different. They might be on this. You trying to be on that. You know what I'm saying? You changing. Everybody changing. The world changing. The beliefs are changing. So it's very hard to find somebody that's want to ride with you to the sun. It's hard. The older you get, it harder to get in that dating pool. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm 44, about to be 45 next month. I haven't had a girlfriend in over, 12, 13, 14 years. It's hard for me to date after I dated somebody off and on for 8, 9 years. I haven't had nobody for like what 15, about 13 years. Because I can't just get it. I can't do that, y'all. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And salute to the other. It's people out there who can though. It's some people out there they can get 8. They can date 8 people in 1 year. There's people out there who have 5. They would date 5, 6 people in 1 year, and they just that's how they move. I can't move like that, y'all. I put too much into something, or I just can't do it again. I can't do it. So it's been a long time since I dated. A long time, y'all. That's just me. I can't just date somebody back to back to back. I know people who would date 4, 5, 6 people in a year and then do it again and again. Get married, break up, get married again. Get married, divorce, find somebody, and marry again. I seen it. I seen it. I can't do that, y'all. I can't do it. I'm sorry. The energy I put in this stuff, the time I put in this stuff, I just can't do it on and on and over and over and over. I can't. I just can't do it. But salute to the people who can move on and just keep on trying, because I get it. I'm just not one of those people. And you can tell Coach Prime not one of those people either. You can tell Coach Prime he not one of those people who, come on, let's date again. Let's date. Come on. Okay, we done? It takes Coach Prime a while to let somebody else back in his life. Y'all see it? Coach Prime don't have that many girlfriends after his divorce. You can count on what 1 or 2 hands how many times Coach Prime actually dated somebody he wanted the world to know about. We ain't talking about the little flings. We can count on 1 or 2 hands how many women that Coach Prime want us to know about. We ain't talking about the little the secrets. You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about the secrets, okay? So come on, man. That's just me too. I can't just give myself to over and over. But salute to the people who can. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. So I'm happy for them. I hope this is the last stop for both of them. I hope this is the last stop for both of them. That would be beautiful, you know, because Coach Prime, it's time for him to start living and to have a partner, you know, that he can travel with all the time. He needs that, right? As a man, we need you. Hey, women, as a man, we need you as much as y'all need us. Okay, women? Forget all that stuff that you hear on the internet. That's individuality. But if you listen, we need women as much as they need us. It's a connection that you have no words, right? When 2 people really want to connect, the connection has you cannot explain it. So we need each other. We need each other. I know you got the podcast, they going after each other. That, you know, we actually need each other, y'all. No matter all that stuff you see on the podcasts and radios, all that back and forth, we need each other, man. Okay? We went through a lot of stuff going on. I grew up a certain way. You grew up a certain way. So we got to figure out how can we come together while trying to heal. Okay? We got to try to, how can we mesh in the same world while healing at the same time? Because it don't stop. Healing don't, you know, it's a constant thing. You got to constantly try to, you got this going on, you got that going on, and now you got to try to mesh together. Deion got his life, she got her life, and they got to figure out how they can come together. That's the nature of the world, y'all. And people got to start understanding it's never going to, there's no final, like, oh, we figured it out. No, because today I might be moody today. Tomorrow you might be moody. Something down the road might make you sad. Something tomorrow might make me sad. We got to figure out how to stick together no matter how rainy, no matter how hard it is, how stormy it is. Right? So that and everybody's strength is different. Everybody's dealing with low stuff is different. It's so much stuff you got to deal with as a human being by yourself. Now imagine that, y'all. It's like 4 worlds you got to deal with, right? You when you wake up, you got to deal with 4 different worlds. What do I mean by 4 different worlds? Okay, You got you got the world in itself, right? That's one world. That's one world. You got the world in itself, right? We're not talking about no people, no nothing. Just the world. You got the trees, you got the mountains, you got the water, you got all the states, right? So that's one world you got to go out there, you got to wake up and deal with, right? You got to say, well, a lot of us think like, why are we here, right? A lot of people think, why are we here? What is the purpose of this? So you got to deal with that. A lot of us, we sit and we think about what is the purpose, right? So that's one world. Now you got the people inside of the world, right? Now you got the people inside. That's two worlds because everybody different, right? So now you got to deal with the people inside of the world. That's two different worlds. Now the third world is you. Now you add yourself into the world. Now you are your own entity in this world. You are your own entity. That's three worlds because you got to conquer yourself. You got to conquer you within yourself is one world. Your mind, your body, spirit is all one bubble, one world. You got to figure out what your do's and the don'ts, what you like, what you don't like. And every time you encounter somebody else, it's a whole new experience again. Am I lying? Every time you encounter a new person, it's a new experience. You got to figure out what you like, what you don't like, what they like, what they don't like. That's how it is. So you're never going to be able to like, oh, I know this person. No, you're never going to know anybody all the way because every day is a new challenge. Every day is a new challenge. You got to try to figure it out. There's so many things going on in the world, so you got to deal with that. Then you got to deal with your own world. You got to deal with all the stuff happening internally, right? And then everything that's outside of your world. You got to try to, how you going to maneuver with this? How this going to affect you? How that going to affect you? It's crazy. It's so much stuff you got to deal with as a human being every single day. Process. Right? So that's why people be going crazy. I figured it out. That's why it's so much stuff, y'all, you got to deal with every day. This person get on your nerves. Your job might get on your nerves. Your spouse might get on your nerves. Your kids might get on your nerves. Your mama, your daddy. It's so much. And then you got to figure out how you going to respond and what not to respond to. And you got to do this every day. You got to do it every day. You got to figure out what not to respond to, what not to make you get mad, what not to let you get sad. And you got to deal with this every single day, y'all. So to have somebody that can go through the emotions with you, to go through this world with all this stuff with you is a plus. And we take it for granted, man. We take a lot of stuff for granted, y'all. We take a lot of stuff for granted. You know what I'm saying? When you really sit back and think about the world without all, the world in itself and you being picked to be part of this. I want y'all to understand this. You was picked to be part of this. This beautiful world. I know it's a lot of chaos going on, but it's a lot of love out here too. And when you start figuring out what's going on in the world, how to maneuver, you will see how beautiful it is to be picked to play in this world. You've been picked to play in this game. Why you think Coach Prime, no matter what, he's smiling? Because he understands, he figured it out, how beautiful it is. He been picked to play in this game. Yeah, it's going to be some hardships. It's going to be some letdowns. But it's okay. You keep on going. It's a lot of beautiful stuff out here, no matter how bad it look on TikTok, no matter how bad it look on Instagram and Twitter. It's still a lot of beautiful love, beautiful things out here we can experience. And that is the beautiful thing. It's still a lot of beautiful things you can experience. Beautiful people, beautiful land, beautiful states and city. No matter how ugly it is over here, it's a lot of beauty still out here we can experience. And people got to start understanding that. Start putting that in your psyche, man. Okay? Start appreciating waking up with breath to give this thing another try. Everything not going to be pretty. Everything not going to go your way. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be pretty, not going to go your way. But you have been chosen. You have been handpicked to be part of this game of life. and you get to experience a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta see it, and then the more you travel, that's what they say. The more you travel, the more you gonna understand how beautiful this is. The more you get out of your state, the more you get out of the country, the more you gonna love this beautiful world. That's what they say, and I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start traveling and all of that. I think this is my last year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get everything together. Then start next year, I'm gonna start traveling. They say once you start traveling, you will start to understand and appreciate the life in the world. And you will start to understand the games that are being played to keep you, away from certain things, experiencing certain things. Yeah, right? So that's what it is. So that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, hey, Naya, I'm telling you, all I do is try to figure it out. Okay, Naya, I lived on the other side already. I don't like it. I lived on that side already, Naya. Poor me, why me? I already lived on that side. Blaming everybody else, right? Oh, what's up with this? Now I left that side. I love life now. I appreciate the journey that I'm on to get better, to get financially stable. I appreciate it. I no longer cry anymore. I no longer say, why me? I don't do none of that. This is what it is. Solution, let's figure it out. This is what it is. So figure it out. And let's keep going. That's how I live now. And I live way more peaceful, less stress when I just say, this is what it is. All right, cool. Let's move on. Instead of drowning in sorrow, drowning in stress. I don't live like that no more. I don't do that because you have to figure out what's best for you. What's best for me might not be best for you. See what I'm saying? The way Coach Prime lived, a lot of people don't like it. I don't like the way Coach Prime lived. It ain't your life. Live how you want to live and go do that. See what I'm saying? I don't like the way Coach Prime, he wears this jewelry and all that. It ain't your life. Go do what you like and go live your life. His life ain't got nothing to do with you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. See what I'm saying? In this society, a lot of people been trained to worry about everybody else's life. They worried about everybody else's life but their own. Soon as you get on, I don't like the way Bucky flashed his watch. I don't like the way Shedeur, perfect timing. I don't like the way Deandra had a baby by an R&B singer. I don't like this. I don't like that. They got all the, but what about you? What about your life? Why don't you take a lot of that attention off the Sanders and put it to your life? And if you do that, you're going to have a better life. But they get online and they talk about people and all of that. They think they got it all figured out. You on the line like me. They think they got everybody, they got all the answers, but when it comes to their life, they barely got 3 answers. Hey man, how come you don't make more money, bro? How come you ain't taking care of your kid like this? How come you ain't moved out of this situation? They really ain't got that, but they got the answers for you. I used to be just like that. And I had to say, you know what? I'm tripping, bro. I can't be out here critiquing everybody online. But then when it comes to myself, I ain't got no answers. You know how backwards that is? To critique everybody else but yourself? To be real with everybody else but yourself? You know how backwards that is? So I had to relearn. I had to unplug from the matrix. I had to unplug from the matrix. And I had to reboot. Okay? I had to unplug and reboot. And that's how I started to figure out, this is what I need to do for me to get over the hump, for me to heal from my childhood trauma, for me to, get better in life. I need to be what? Myself. Self. I need to evaluate myself before I evaluate anybody else. I need to be real with myself before I be real with anybody else. I need to critique myself before I critique anybody else. And when I start doing that, the less I judge people. When I start to understand that every day it's going to be a different mood, depending on the weather, Depending on who I'm talking to, depending on what's going on, it's a different mood. I had to learn. I had to deal that with myself. So now I can deal with people the way I deal with myself. Right? Treat people how you want to be treated. That's the most cliche, oldest thing, but it's the best thing in the world for you to do. Treat people how you wanted to be treated. And when I start doing that, it's easy. So the people who used to get me mad can't get me mad no more. The things I used to trip about, I don't trip about no more. Because what's important? When you learn what's important, you hold your energy. You only use your energy when it's needed. Take back your energy. All the scrolling, they still in your energy. All the madness, they still in your energy. The ice running on people, still in your energy. People killing people for stupid stuff, still in your energy. You need to decompress, unplug, master yourself, then plug back in. And when you do that, ain't nobody, they can't stop you no more. I'm telling you, I did it. Where you unplug and then you plug back in after you master yourself, nothing will ever be the same again. Things won't affect you no more like it used to. People who they talk about you, you really don't give a damn. People who turn on you, you don't care no more. Because you understand self-preservation. Self-preservation is the number one thing for an individual. Yes, selfish. You allowed to be selfish. You got to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. Before you could be a good parent, you gotta do the work. And this is why it's bad for people having babies out of wedlock. This is why people are losing their mind having kids out of wedlock. You ain't do the work on yourself. You're not even married. So everything is all messed up. It's true. I know people like, oh, no. You ain't got to believe it. You ain't got to believe in the Bible like they tell you, because it's a lot of, but some of the stuff in the Bible is real, y'all. You ain't got to believe like they tell you, but it's a lot of things in the Bible is real. It's a lot of fugate. It's a lot of bull crap. It's a lot of having baby out of wedlock got people losing their mind. Having baby by the wrong person got people losing their mind. Dating toxic people got people losing their mind. People out here, they're not even doing the work on themselves. People don't even do the work on themselves before they enter your world. Have y'all noticed that? People want to enter your world and they never what? They never did the work on themselves. They still mad at their ex. They're going to take it out on you. They still mad at such and such. They're going to take it out on you. Oh no. People coming to other people's world all have not done the work on themselves to even give you the best version of themselves. Am I lying? People don't even do the work to give you the best version. You getting the watered down, the hurt version. And sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's okay for you to come into somebody's life like that. But only if you're pure. If you come with pure intentions and you're broken, I'm cool with that. Because sometimes you have came into the right person, they're gonna help fix you back together. There's a lot of relationships where they tell you, oh, I came broken to such and such, and they help put me together. They help pick me back up. Yes, because you was pure. You didn't come in trying to use your hurt to hurt somebody else. You came in broken and wanted to be loved. You found the right person, and they gave you that love, and now you are fixed back together. And I'm telling y'all, man, all I do is try to figure it out. All I do is sit around and see what's going on to figure it out, because I got tired of living in stress. I got tired of letting people I got tired of being the puppet master for everybody. I got tired of it. So I cut the strings. The puppet master, I cut the puppet master strings and I'm out here. No. I refuse to let people play with me anymore. I am in control. And you gotta live your life like that, man. You gotta live your life like that. Man. You will appreciate different cultures once you start traveling. The beauty, fuel, music, people is amazing. In some, I mean, yeah, I love watching traveling videos. I love watching people try different cultures' food. I love it, man, because that's what it's about. Not everybody hates black people, y'all. Do you got a group of black people that hate black people? Yes. You got a group of yes. It's a group of people who hate each other all over the world. But you still got those type of people who love each other too. We still love each other too. There's still a lot of love around the world. So just go out. Everywhere you go, there's going to be people trying you. Everywhere you go, there's going to be people trying to stick you up. You just gotta move cautiously, but there's a lot of love around the world, man. They don't want to push it. They don't want to push it because they got an agenda. But there is a lot of love around the world. High blessings got to run. Be back later. You're right. All right, salute. Who's that? Who's that? All right, salute to that. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right, let's get to before we get out of here. Let's go to Andrew Berry's last what's it called? Here we go. Andrew Berry's interview. All right, 5 days ago. Let's do it.
Choose to get out there.
Yeah, man. So, learning to love life, and everybody's situation is different, so I understand. But once you get into space, when you can start understanding and loving yourself and all of that, it's going to get different, man. It's going to get different for you. All right, let's go back. Let's go back, y'all. Let's go back.
President Andrew Berry and AB, obviously, one door closes, another one opens. We know how difficult that was, but this is a new beginning, and Todd Monken is now the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Let's take a step back to when you knew you were going to lead this process to find the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. What was that like for you, and what did you want to accomplish from a process standpoint to get to the right answer?
I think the biggest thing is, if you're hiring a head coach in the NFL, if you were to translate that in the business or corporate world, you're hiring either like a CEO or a COO. And it's a highly compensated, highly impactful role within the entire organization. And you want to give it the amount of dedicated thought in terms of how an individual skill set matches with the strategy of the organization. So for us, the biggest thing was, after figuring out where we were and where we wanted to be, is maintaining a very open mind. Great coaches come in different shapes, sizes, backgrounds, you name it. And ultimately, you're trying to find an individual whose strengths align with what your organization needs in the moment. So we wanted to design a process that allowed us to cast a wide net and ultimately narrow it to the candidates that we felt fit what we were trying to accomplish over the next few years.
All right, so right there, Andrew Berry is letting y'all know the decision making of firing Kevin Stefanski and picking the new, head coach. All right, they basically had to see the personnel they got, and they wanted to see how can this new coach get the best out of this personnel they got. Right? They wanted to see it, and this is how they came to pick the new head coach.
Well, let's talk, you guys, on the offensive side. Your two final candidates were very different. You have one guy who has more time coaching, 37 years, and Todd Monken, now the head coach of the Browns, than Nate Shieldhouse had been alive. Mm-hmm. And how did you kind of weigh those two things, and then what allowed, at the end of the day, Todd to be, as you said earlier, head and shoulders above everybody else?
I guess maybe I'd make one clarification, Nate. I know that there's been a lot of focus on the external candidates at the end. They were our two final external candidates, but we also had a very fine internal candidate in Jim Schwartz, who was in that group, and he didn't have an offensive background. So I think that's actually a really good example of the diversity in backgrounds, but they all could fit the mold. Nate, pro and college background, had been 2 years in the NFL, really young, had learned under Sean McVay, had been a play caller, a youth pastor. Todd, super diverse, adaptable offenses, pro in college, worked under John Harbaugh, Kirby Smart, really good with young player development. And then we all know Jim, strong leader, former head coach, defensive savant, really well respected by players and global knowledge of football, so he knows offense, defense, and the kicking game. We felt like we had a really strong mix, of the candidates of the final day. With Todd, we love just his performance track record, what we heard about him with young players. His offensive track record was quite honestly like unprecedented in terms of being on the open market. Pro, college, mobile quarterbacks, limited quarterbacks, star quarterbacks, air raid system, power run game. It's very rare that you can find a coach that doesn't have a system, but is truly fluid and adaptable.
What up, Angel? How you doing, Angel? What's going on? So, he's still explaining the hiring process of all the coaches. Okay, the hiring process, all the coaches is they went to basically the resume. They went to the resume and see how can it fit inside of this Cleveland. They call the new Cleveland. Okay, they call this the new Cleveland. So everybody they picked, they looked at their resume and see how it can fit and mold to the new Cleveland. And that's how they was able to pick, the offensive coordinator, the new head coach, the defense, all of that. They had to make sure that, okay, your resume looks like this. We're going to see how can you, we believe you can incorporate that into our system with the new Cleveland. Let's keep going.
Against the personnel.
So you had to feel good when you went through the 3 final candidates. You felt like, okay, we're in a really good spot now, and now it's kind of sifting through and getting that answer. That answer was Todd. You've talked a lot already this offseason about kind of redoing the offense or putting a lot of investment into the offensive side of the football. How important, kind of as you went through this, was that shared vision of, here's what the coaching candidate, or in this case, what the coach Todd thinks versus what we think, and how we're going to kind of get that onto the same page and be collaborative to get to that right answer?
I would probably make a comparison to maybe where we were coming out of the 2020 season, where in 2020 when we got here, our biggest priority was surrounding, our young quarterback Baker Mayfield at the time with as much as possible to make sure that the offense could get off the ground. Now, we had a very patchwork defense at the time, and going into 21, it was obvious to anyone who had any, 2 eyes watching football where our investments would be. I think we're in a similar spot here, just with the opposite sides of the ball. So that, question is less candidate specific. Anyone we talked to understood that made the most sense. So there was probably very little time in terms of like, okay, where are we actually going to invest our resources this offseason?
All right, there it is. For all of y'all who wondering, what they gonna do, man? What they gonna do? Oh, they need another quarterback. He just told you right there. Andrew Berry just told y'all. He just told you. They're going to work on the offense. They ain't say no quarterback. He talking about the linemen and the receivers. He just told you right there. That's where their focus is. That's what their focus is. Because they need that. He said offense. When Baker Mayfield was here, it was the defense. Now, it's the offense. All right? So all of y'all who think, we're going to go out. I don't believe they're going to go pick no top quarterback. I just don't believe it. I think Shedeur is the one. He gonna have to battle for it, of course. I think it's Shedeur, what's his name? Watson and Gabriel. I think that's what they're running with. They're going to get one more quarterback. I think the quarterback room was already set, and they understand that. And they're going to go get the receivers and the linemen, like he said. The focus is on the offensive side like it was on the defensive side when Baker Mayfield was here. Okay, so all of y'all out there, y'all really think that 12 ain't gonna be out there? It's a rude awakening. Y'all got to get on board at this point. Y'all still making videos, hoping. Oh man, Deshaun Watson is going to be number 1. I mean, he might be. They got to battle it out. But Shedeur is still going to be either going to be the backup or the starter. He going to be in there. He going to be in there cooking up. All right? And the hire that they hired, the guy they hired from Baltimore, it ain't no coincidence that they hired him. Come on. It ain't no coincidence, y'all. So, y'all got to just get on. It's sad that a lot of those Cleveland people still are not rocking with Shedeur like they should. Hey, that's on y'all. This is your quarterback. It is what it is. It's not a coincidence that that is the new head coach, bro. The one from Baltimore who wanted to draft Shedeur in the draft. You can say it, and he likes Shedeur, so it's not gonna be like Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski was standoffish and lovable with Dylan Gabriel. Now it's gonna be it's gonna be different now. We got a head coach that loves Shedeur, that wanted him in a different place, and now he gets to coach him like he wanted to. Gotta deal with it. Y'all gotta have to deal with it, man. And I'm telling y'all right now, if they get this lineman and receiver, they get it down, next year about to be crazy, bro. I still got Shedeur starting because I think he gonna win it out. I think Shedeur gonna win it out. He just gotta go do it. But Deshaun Watson will be back. I think most likely he will be competing as well with Dylan Gabriel, and they're gonna pick up a fourth quarterback. But either way, man, Shedeur will be out there doing his thing. They get the new linemen and some receivers. It's about to be crazy, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all this. So buckle up. So shout out to Andrew Berry, man, for crushing a lot of y'all dreams. Who think we got to get another quarterback? No. You don't need. You need to stop trying to get another quarterback every time. No, develop your quarterback. Get some continuity with the team. Let a couple years go on. Stop kicking your quarterbacks to the curb after half of a year or a year and all of that, or year and a half. The quarterbacks that win, they get more years under their belt. They don't just get kicked to the curb. So Cleveland, you have to learn how to ride it out with some of your quarterbacks and not turn on them. The Cleveland media, I don't even know what's up with y'all. I guess that's what y'all do. Y'all got to stop turning on your own players just because it's something to do. You just got to stop doing it. They play bad, talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They got a bad attitude, talk about it. But just totally disrespecting them, it's just like, come on. Y'all on the same side. Anyway, so with that being said, man, we are back in the building. We're going to get back in the algorithm. What has been like a month since I really came over? Since like a month? I think like been 3 weeks. So we'll be back in the algorithm, y'all. It'll be more people coming in and all of that. So get your hit the notification bell. We are back in the business. So, we'll get back in the algorithm and it'll be lit. It'll be lit again. All right. So with that being said, man, just understand, for y'all who still don't rock with 12, that is your right. But if you rock with Cleveland, you might as well root for him, man. You might as well just root for him if you still rock with Cleveland. He ain't got to be your guy. But come on. Eventually, he's going to be your franchise quarterback. Again, I don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. I do believe they're going to give him a chance to come back and play because he got a lot of money. So I do believe that. I do believe Deshaun Watson will have a chance to play. They're paying him a lot of money. And I don't think they're going to just leave him on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see. Another quarterback competition coming up. And it's going to be crazy. We're going to see what's going on. We might see Shedeur back in number 2. Is the guy with number 2 gone? Is the guy with the number 2? Is he? Did he leave? Did he get traded? Because he was not trying to give that number up. Hold on, real quick. So the guy with the number 2, did he get traded? Like, y'all think he's going to give it up? Y'all think the guy with the number 2 going to give the 2 back to 12? I don't know. If that'll be great. That'll be great. The guy who wears number 2 will send him back. I mean, that'll be great. But I don't know if he's going to do it. I don't know if he's going to do it, y'all. He might do it, but I don't know if he's going to do it. Y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that'll be fire if he does. If he give him the 2 back, that'll be great. But I don't think he's gonna do it. But next year it's coming up on us, y'all. I'm happy for Karrueche. Is Jared Judy still there? From my knowledge, yes. From my knowledge, Jared Judy is still there. They saying Njoku is not there. They said Njoku will not be back. That's what I seen. I think last week. The Njoku is not coming back. The tight end that was cool with that welcome Shedeur. Remember that guy with the colorful locks. I think he said he's not coming back. So I think Njoku is not coming back. But Jerry Judy is coming back. He's still there. But I think Njoku, if I'm right, if I can remember right, I think Njoku is leaving. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. 2 was out. 2 was cut. 2 was cut? Are you sure about that? The guy who was wearing number 2 got cut? I didn't know that. I didn't know the guy who wore number 2. Who's a straight talker. Salute to straight talker. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button. I didn't know the guy who number 2 got cut. I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. Angel says, yeah, they said Cleveland didn't want to give him a bigger contract. Yeah, it was all about the contract dispute, and Njoku is he's going, y'all. So now they got to go get another tight end. I think they do got a good tight end, but they got to get another tight end. Now they got to go get another tight end, and Njoku was gone. So yeah, they got to go get another tight end. But they do got Harry Fanning Jr. though, right? Harry Fanning Jr. is fired, but they still got to go fill. They got to go fill that spot too. I did not know the guy who had number 2 got cut. I did not know that. So do y'all think the NFL would be cool with Shedeur? It's a lot of 12 jerseys out there. Y'all think that they will let him go to 2? Y'all think the NFL will let him go to number 2? I don't know. It's already a lot of money being spent on the 12 jerseys. Y'all think they'll let him go back to 2? A whole new jersey number? I don't know. They might do it. We're gonna see though. We'll see if he can switch back to 2. Because I think Nike still make them 2, right? Nike don't got no 12 merchandise. It's still 2, right? Legendary is still 2, of course, but I think Nike even still makes his some of his sweaters and stuff with the number 2 on it. I think the shoes still have number. They might do it. Yeah, they might do it, man. It's all about the money because people will get that number 2. Yeah, they definitely will. They definitely will buy the number 2 if they switch it back to number 2, which will be good. He said Nike ain't making 12. Nike not making 12? Wait, what you mean Nike ain't making 12? What you mean by that? What you mean Nike not making 12? What you mean Nike not making 12? So who's making the jerseys? Who's making the NFL jerseys? I don't know. Who's making NFL jerseys then? He said Nike not making 12. But I do know last time we seen him wearing the Nike logo with his face, I believe it had 2, legendary 2 on there, if I remember. His gear is number 2. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, his gear is number 2. Yeah. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Legendary is number 2. They won't make number 12. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. So we'll see. We'll see if he can get that number 2 back. We will see if he can grab number 2 back. If he grab number 2 back, that will be crazy. That'll be crazy. But we're gonna see who's the new defensive coordinator. I gotta look it up. Let me see. Let's look it up right now. Let's look it up. Let's look up all the new hires. I think most of them came from Baltimore, and I think the DC, did he come from Miami? Let me see. Who is the Cleveland Browns' new defensive coordinator?
The Cleveland Browns have hired Mike Rutenberg as their new defensive coordinator, replacing Jim Schwartz. Rutenberg, who is 44, previously worked with the Atlanta Falcons as their defensive passing game coordinator. This marks his first NFL defensive coordinator position.
All right, there you go. Mike Rutenberg from Atlanta Falcons. So Mike Rutenberg from Atlanta Falcons, that's who they came and got. Okay, that's the new defensive coordinator. Angel Law, okay. He comes from the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Rutenberg. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how he can we're gonna see what he can do with this defense. People hopefully they keep the same type of scheme going on. Hopefully. People are pissed that here in Georgia because we didn't want Stefanski. Oh yeah, I seen that. I did see. I mean, I didn't see everybody, but I did see some of the comments where they didn't want Stefanski. But it is what it is. You knew he was going to get a hire somewhere, so it is what it is. So and Stefanski brung his guys too. Stefanski brung the offensive coordinator, and he brung the special teams guy, right? So Stefanski brought a couple of his guys over there. So we're gonna see though. We're gonna see how it all pan out. It's a different division, right? So he's in a different division. We're gonna see how it all work out. But I did see quite a few people in the Atlanta Falcons comments saying that they don't like it. But I believe they're gonna see how it go. We'll see how it go. It might go well. You never know. People are already watching how Penix will be treated. Well, in my opinion, he doesn't have a favorite quarterback there. So I don't think it'll be bad because Penix is already there. He's already in the system. Dylan Gabriel's not there. He don't have Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's not there, so he has to work with what he got to work with, right? So I don't think it'll be anything crazy. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be anything crazy because Dylan Gabriel's not there. He's the new guy. You know what I'm saying? He's the new guy coming in who got to learn the system and learn the team. Penix already there and all of that. They keep saying that Dylan is coming. Now, I might have to do a video on that. I probably got to do a video on that because there is rumors that he's supposed to be let go. But that's just rumors. So I might do a live stream later on. Y'all want to do a live stream later on that? Y'all want to come back live and talk about that? Let me know. If y'all want to do that, we can come back live later and talk about Dylan Gabriel being traded or waived from the Cleveland Browns, if that's what you want to do. All right. With that being said, man, I gotta go get something to eat. I'll come back later. We can come back later and talk about it. I gotta go get something to eat. I'll see y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. We are back, so don't worry. We'll get back in the algorithm. Y'all. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure your notifications on because of uploads as well. We'll be dropping uploads as well. With that being said, I will see y'all later. Peace.